Put the money in the big black bag.
Yo, yo, yo. What's good? What's good? What's good? How are we feeling, guys? How are we feeling? We've got a few people in the house. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people in the house. Ivana, what's up, Ivana? We got Benny, Michael, Omikami, Fry, Foad, Angus, Panna, Prevail, and Double S. What's good, people? Hope you're all feeling well today. We're going to have a nice little chat just about the market, signals, or macro signals. We're going to talk about a few different cryptocurrencies. We're going to talk about Omikami, Manu, Marie, and, other little bits and pieces that you guys are interested in and whatever you guys want to share your thoughts about. So, yeah, it should be an interesting space. We're not going to go for too long. It's not going to be a 4-hour, 3-hour space. It's going to be about an hour, hour and a half tops. And we're just going to go through a few things. We're right at the takeoff point in the market right now, I believe. Obviously, we're having a little flash crash again, which seems to be a regular thing, to be fair. But I do think we're right at the takeoff point in the market to where we need to make sure that we're positioned in a good position so that we can actually make the most gains possible. Because that's why we're here. We're here to make gains. We're here to change our lives. And, even if we don't change our lives, we're here to make some money. You know what I mean? That is the bottom line. The common denominator is making money. That is why we're here. So we need to discuss some of the options that we have when it comes to making money. So should be quite interesting. Rogue should be joining us soon. So just waiting for Rogue to tap in. Should have a few other people joining us as well. So yeah, it will be quite an interesting space. Ivana, how you doing, Ivana? Can you hear me?
Hi, good evening. How are you? Yes.
Yes, yes, yes. Good to hear you. Yeah, I'm fine, thank you. I'm fine. Having a good day. Yourself?
Very good. Thank you. I'm glad to have you here back at Space as host. It's amazing. Thank you for that.
Thank you very much. No problem. It's been a minute. But
Yep.
we back in the house.
Yes, my friend Christian is here. Hello, Christian.
What's good, Christian? Feel free to come up, my boy, if you want to come and say hello. Again, this is a free house. This is free speech. Guys, we can speak about absolutely anything you want to speak about. There are no strings on us. So you can speak about what you want, speak about whatever cryptocurrency you want, as long as you are respectful. Don't talk over each other. The world is your oyster. Agnes, how you doing, my boy?
It's Angus,
Hey,
not
Glex,
Agnes.
how you doing?
Angus, my bad.
Did you call me Agnes? You
Oh
know that's a
shit.
lady's name.
My bad, broski, my bad. How you doing though, bro? You good?
I'm good. I have just completed 5 weeks of straight hard graft.
Oh shit. There we go.
I was working at a festival in North Berwick, my hometown. It
Oh
was
wow.
part of the Fringe festival in Edinburgh. And
Interesting. What was you, if you don't mind me asking, working as what? Security or bartender or what?
no, I'm a chef. I'm a
Fuck,
private chef mainly,
Is
but
it?
I used to work in the music industry, and I had an opportunity to sort of come back in and have 3 weeks at home. But it's been full of toil and endeavour, but it's been really good, very positive. I met
Sick.
Bob Geldof for the Boomtown Rats. They were playing. Urban Welsh, she gave me a signed book. He's one of my heroes. I'm into my books. And I'm just having 3 days off with the family, so it's very positive.
That sounds very positive, bro. That sounds very positive. What's it like being a private chef then?
Yeah, you have to kiss some ass, but I'm a pretty strong character.
Okay.
Hard work, good service, obviously
Fair
good
play.
food. It's my
Yes, I think that
profession.
that might be the most important thing, isn't it? The good food.
Yeah, and good money.
Oh, there we
That,
go.
that, that's what it's all about, man.
That is what it's all about. 100%. That's dope. That's dope.
How's yourself? I've not heard from you for a long time.
Yeah, I'm not too bad, bro. I'm not too bad. Yeah, I've just been cracking on, bro. Honestly, I've been working really hard. I run a construction company, so
Mm.
sometimes I'm a bit behind on work, so I've got to really pull out all the stops and get things done. And then once that project is finished, I'm on to another project. So it's very difficult sometimes to get the time to run spaces, especially over the last few weeks. But I can't complain. The busier I am, the better.
Mm.
Regardless. So yeah,
Uh,
that's just how it is, man. Guys, just remember to retweet the space. If you're in here, please retweet the space. If you haven't done that already, just retweet the space so we can get as many people in here as
Yo,
possible
Glitch.
who wants to join. City, what go on, bro?
Man, what a blessing to hear Glitch moderating the space again, man. I
Thank you,
thought
bro.
I
Thank
will
you.
never assist the space again because I was put in the dark list by the moderators of the of the bro,
Yeah, I've heard many
bro.
people have been put on the dark list, bro.
Guys, I swear to God,
Blacklist.
everyone was sending me messages in private telling me they will block me. I don't understand why would you wanna like DM someone if you're gonna initially block them? Like
Well, to
like
give you the heads
sending me
up, it
threats
seems.
and telling me that I'm a father and telling me a lot of stuff. But man, I'm so glad you guys like created this space. I know there is some people that don't get along with me on the same point of view about the projects or any other project, but I'm glad we can sit and talk like civilized human beings.
Yes, absolutely, bro. That's what it's about. We have
Yeah,
to be able to talk about
exactly, bro.
our thoughts and
Of
feelings,
course, and the
regardless.
essence of the community is not just about Omikami and Ryushin. It's about us helping each other and creating. At the end of the day, the most important thing is to get out of this Buran with gains, regardless if it's Omikami, Ski Mask, Manu, or any other project. The most important thing is to win. So I want to see you guys win, and I want to win myself. So we can still achieve that because we still have time.
Absolutely, bro. Agreed. We have time, and that's what this space is about. It's about talking about where we are in the market, what we can kind of expect to coming in the future, hopefully this year, and just our thoughts on where maybe some of the best options for diversification. Where can we put our money for the best opportunities? So this is what it's about. This is what crypto is about. This is decentralization. You know what I mean? So we should be able to discuss these things freely. So this is what this space is about, broski. Benny, how you doing, my boy? You good?
Yeah, all good, man. It's nice to have you back, Glitch. There's been a big gap in the market for space like yours that's very engaging,
Thank
and
you, my brother. Thank you.
it's good to have unbiased conversations like this, open
Th-
minds, and no sense of um head biting or judgment. So yeah, hopefully we can
yes.
have more of these.
Yes, sir. Well, yeah, hopefully I'll try and do a couple more as well so we can do that. I keep getting
Yeah,
told that some people have been blacklisted and they're not unable to voice their thoughts.
yeah,
So yeah, I'm very open to giving everybody a voice because I think it's important for everybody to have a voice and for everybody to be able to voice their opinions without fear of scrutiny. So yeah, this shit's important, my boy.
for sure, for sure.
What's good, Rogue?
Hey,
How you doing, bro?
we got in here. We got let's see. One, two, three, four Brit stars in here, which would make five. We got four Brits in here. I feel like Paul Revere. The British are coming. The British are coming. It's like
one
an
one
invasion.
Scottish rogue.
Yeah, yeah. I just meant, UK. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I know what you mean.
I know it's a touchy subject for the Scots, the whole UK thing.
How have you been, though, bro? Good.
Yeah, yeah, not bad. Just, studying the markets every day. Today I was just reading about how BlackRock is going to be having staking for, how they have Bitcoin and
Yeah.
Ethereum ETFs already, but they're going to be having staking for Ethereum.
Oh wow.
Um,
Okay. So
so
they
they're
don't
going
they
to be
don't have staking
offering,
for Ethereum yet?
no, they're going to be
Okay.
offering it to all their clients. So like people even who are just in stocks that buy crypto only through ETFs, that don't know anything about crypto.
Right.
So
Okay. Interesting.
yeah, and of course they're also trying to get the stock market all tokenized, and they want to make it so instead of Monday through Friday only, closed on the weekends or closed in the evenings when the last bell rings on Wall Street, They want to make it so it's 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, just like crypto, which is just going to, and the tokenization, all that, right? It's going to bring trillions, tens of trillions into crypto.
Yes, sir. Oof, can't wait for that. I think we need that right now, to be honest.
And yeah, you know, you got talking about it all the time is Larry Fink, the CEO of BlackRock. So that means it's going to get done.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. That's a good sign. That's a good sign.
Oh, yeah.
Guys, retweet the space. If you haven't retweeted the space, please remember to retweet the space so we can just get this circulating and we can get as many people in here as possible. Whoever doesn't want to join won't join, but I'm sure there are some people who have questions and have things that they want to say or ask. So let's get this circulating so we can get those individuals in here. Right, so macro signals. What are your thoughts on that, Rob?
Well, let's see. And I want to encourage everyone to talk about it, the macro and altcoin season, and how everything's going to play out, because we have a range for each particular thing it's going to fall into. Okay, so we are definitely in phase 2, Ethereum phase. I think we all know this now. Bitcoin has definitely been giving up dominance, even though it just hit a new all-time high again in August, which is typical for the second August after the halving. The markets always tend to be in the green in the second August. And I would say that right now, leading up to the rate cuts, which, let's see, has anyone recently checked what the percentage is? I'll just bring it up. CME Group, FOMC meeting. It keeps vacillating back and forth day to day. Right now, we're at 83.2% chance for rate cuts. We'll probably be back in the 90s here again soon. We just saw movement after the CPI data was dropped.
Okay.
But I would say that right now, whatever you're interested in, whatever your portfolio has, right? I'm never gonna, I'm never gonna tell you what you should buy or sell or any of that. It's gonna give you data, and then you should decide for yourselves. But right now, whatever you have in your portfolio, these are like bottoms within a range. I keep seeing a lot of trading going on within a range. Even with XRP, I've been watching it. It keeps hitting a bottom around $3 and then bouncing off of it. So that's happening with a lot of things. So right now, depending on what you hold, what memes, what blue chip tokens in general, now is the time for accumulation. Okay, whatever
Agreed.
that is, really, yeah. So here's the thing: leading up to rate cuts, which we're probably definitely going to get on the 17th. You're going to probably get in the days just before it, September 17th, you're going to get FOMO, and things are going to start pumping harder just based on the rate cut, the whole buy the news, sell the rumor type thing. So your time, the window for everyone is running out, like accumulation now, leading up to the 17th. Now,
Bro, by accumulation, you mean loading our bags?
yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes, absolutely. And whatever you think are the best plays, based on all the information you have, get as much information as you can. But just know on the macro, these things we're going to be discussing in here today. And I want to hear from, anyone who has any questions or anything that they want to say. There's nothing you're not allowed to say in here. I'm sure you know that. That's how Glitch runs his spaces anyway. So, but leading up to those rate cuts, now is your time, okay? Whether you are invested in other meme coins, whether you're an Omikami, anything at all. I'm personally DCAing into things in my bag, okay? And Omikami is still in my bag. I still haven't sold. I know a lot of people like to accuse me of that, but whatever. I have a lot of things in my bag, my portfolio. So that's what I'm doing.
And just a quick question, Rogue. Sorry to stop you, bro.
Yeah.
Right now, do you think for to get the best out of this bull run, would you say it's good right now to buy meme coins, or do we want to lean more towards real world assets or gaming? What sector would you, just you personally, it doesn't mean that it's true or false, where would you lean the most for this cycle?
Okay. Well, we all know that the rate cuts are going to send us, but we're going to always start in the mega caps, which is currently Bitcoin and Ethereum. That's where it always starts. We finished our long. It's always right. It's always long, right? The Bitcoin phase, very long. So we're pretty much out of that. We went through the transitional. Now we're in Ethereum, the beginning of the Ethereum stage. So that's what happens. It flows from the top to the bottom. Okay. So at least we know that as our framework. First off, XRP is slightly under being a mega cap, which requires 200 billion or more. Where is it now? Let me see here. 182.44 billion today. Okay, so that's what always happens after Bitcoin, then Ethereum, and then we start later flowing into large caps, mid caps, small, micro, nano. So that order, to some degree, always takes place. Now there are anomalies that happen, certain things that sometimes pump sooner for various reasons, but generally that's what happens. So you can use that framework and know it's top down. The smart money always starts on the bigger blue chips way up top, and then they just rotate downward, right?
Okay.
So that's one thing you can use. Now, as far as individual projects, things like that, I mean, I think definitely at some point AI is going to have a big run. It's going to be
100%.
it's going to be a big thing worldwide. Absolutely. AI robotics. I mean, there was a point, right?
Robotics, 100%. Yeah.
Oh yeah. There was a point when nobody had a mobile phone. Now everyone has at least one. There was a point when nobody had a computer. Now everyone has multiple computers in their home. Their phone's a computer, their tablet's a computer, their desktop, their laptop, their TV is a computer.
Yep.
So it's going to be the same way with robotics, for sure. And AI is going to be intertwined with that for sure, right? So.
And I heard that the currency for AI is going to be crypto money.
Yeah,
not sure how.
Yeah, crypto and fiat are they're becoming inexorably linked forever. So that's it. It's done. It's it's already set. It's not an opinion anymore.
Nope.
And since we do have the regulatory compliance and clarity from the Genius Act, which has been enacted, the other two still haven't quite yet, even though they've been passed, the Clarity Act and the Anti-Surveillance CBDC Act. Those things are all deciding things like which cryptos the SEC will now handle, which ones the CFTC will now handle, and all of the regulations on stable coins. So stable coins, there's going to be a lot of staking. It's going to be very stable and safer than ever before. And all of the big asset managers are going to be involved in all of this. So their centralized money is going to bring massive money into crypto, whether it's centralized or decentralized, doesn't matter. You can have interoperability with those organizations, and it still doesn't make decentralization end. So it's going to bring, again, tens of trillions into the market. And it's all definitely coming. So AI robotics, and then I think Web3 is going to be huge, especially with gaming. Definitely desktop and mobile gaming for sure. And crypto is all going to be connected. That's going to replace all Web2 gaming, crypto and gaming. So that's going to be a sector that's going to have, it already has hundreds of billions per year. It's just going to go up much higher. And just know this too about any sector and anything in crypto. This is another fact. every time someone says, "Oh, it can't go to that market cap because that's bigger than Apple," or they used to say that about Apple as well. They always say that.
They do say that a lot. They say that about
Yes,
XRP a lot.
yes, they do. And here's the thing: there was a time when millionaires didn't exist. Then they did. There was a time when billionaires didn't exist. Now they do. Soon we're going to see trillionaires. These market caps are going to go into the trillions. That's a fact. It's not an opinion. It's just a matter of time and pressure. And now that these big asset managers are involved, everything is right now up until 2030, especially, is going to be the biggest opportunity to make the biggest gains. Massive.
Agreed.
Oh, okay.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
Agreed.
So you have to be
Uh,
involved early as you can in things.
Rogue, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Do you think, sorry to cut you off, but do you think that, like, talking about this bull run, the window that we have till 2026, I think, because I saw Ethereum like rallying up, going from 2,000 and some or 3,000 to 4,800 like lately, but I didn't see a lot of movement in the mid cap coins, and I'm talking about all coins, meme coins, real life assets and utility coins. All of them, they did not move. Some of them moved, but like we didn't see what we usually saw in 2021, like the coins going from 20 million market cap to 1 billion. Do you think that's still coming in the upcoming days? And like, can you give us an estimation to when, in 2 months, Q3 or Q4 2025?
Sure. I would say that normally we've have a sort of inverted market this time. Normally in past markets we get all of these things that have already happened now um, after rate cuts. This time we don't have rate cuts because of Jerome Powell being, I think, definitely crooked in someone's pocket. So normally we have the wood for the fire set up ready to go, and then we have to light it with rate cuts. So this time around it's kind of different. It's already lit. It's embers. It's a small fire. We have all these things that have happened, like Bitcoin dominance has given way. We've fallen below 60% on the dominance chart, which is loading altcoin season. Right around 55% is always when altcoin season goes off. It goes parabolic. So as we approach 55% on that chart, that's the setup for that. And I think when we get the rate cuts on the 17th, because that's already happened, the dominance dropping, we have the other three things that I mentioned. The four horsemen, as I was calling them, of the altcoin apocalypse. The total 3 ES/ETH chart, which excludes the top 10 cryptos. Okay, that chart, from everything I'm seeing, says, well, let's see, in the first one we had around 50 billion, excluding the top 10. And then the next cycle we had around 200 billion, excluding the top 10. It keeps exponentially going up. This time it's going to be even more exponential, in my opinion. I think we're going to see, excluding the top 10 cryptos, we're going to be around 750 to 850 billion dollars. Now, keep in mind, that's excluding the top 10. Okay. And that's what we're looking at this time. So rate cuts come, it's going to be like someone walking up to the fire that's already small, that's already lit, and just basically dumping gasoline on it. It's going to be like that. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be bigger than any of the other cycles. It just is. And there's a long list of reasons that say it will, not just my hopes and dreams, hopium and fantasies, all just based on macro facts. So it is going to be bigger, more liquidity than ever. And I think, like I keep saying, up until the 17th is the load up time for everything you believe in. Fill your bags. Whether
17th, that the 17th of September, you're saying, yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. The chance has been vacillating back and forth between 83 and 94% that we're going to get rate cuts. So I believe it's going to happen. And then we're looking at altcoin season will start shortly after that. The token generation event for Omikami is 4 days after that. That's the 3rd anniversary. So that's a big deal. If you combine the two factors and know that October's coming up, it's altcoin season. Okay, it's already loading. It's going to happen. And then normally, so October, maybe end of September. Okay, rate cuts, that generation event. It'd be nice if something was done with Omikami. If I were running it, I would definitely do something around there because the timing is everything in the markets. So then we're looking at market tops in the past cycles have always been in November, December, every time in a range. So that's one scenario that could play out again. Scenario 2, we could go into Q1 of 2026. And again, I'm just going off of statistics. Having a run until then, the first quarter of 2026, then a lull, some months of consolidation, and then an actual run up again in autumn of 2026, which would make it similar to 2017 in performance. Now, I would say the chance of that happening, I would say, it's around 35 to 45% chance in that range of that happening. So a good chance that's going to happen as well. So that could be great for people who pull profits in November, December, or even first quarter 2026, depending on how things are playing out. You could then reallocate profits, rotate to other things, and catch it again in the autumn if that happens.
So you think this bull market is going to run through 2026 then?
I think that there's, like I said, 2 scenarios. Tops in November, December, or we go into first quarter 2026 and then consolidation for some months and then another big up in autumn again before any bear market. So, and I would think like 35 to 45% chance of that in that range. I would say at least like a 40% chance of that happening. Doesn't mean it's going to happen, but it's a definite possibility. And it's happened before. So maybe I got off track a little bit there. Digressing. It's hard to keep it all in line in my head. So the question I was asked, do you feel it's been answered or?
Yes, it definitely has been answered. It definitely has been answered.
Yeah, bro, you answered it perfectly. Thank you, bro.
Okay. So the 4 horsemen of the altcoin apocalypse. One of them is Bitcoin dominance dropping below 60%. That means it's done. It's going to keep dropping. It'll have little ups and downs, but it's going to be lower highs and lower lows, right? And it's still maintaining below 60%. So that's one of the horsemen of the altcoin apocalypse. Another one is we need Ethereum all-time high. Now, we got very close to it the other day. Very close. We were within, the wick shows 1.81% of the all-time high. Currently, we are about 11.8% away, which is nothing. So that's the all-time high from back in 2021. So it's taken that long to get here again. So it's a big deal. And that's how close we are. We're going to break it very soon, especially if not before rate cuts, then especially with rate cuts. And that is another of the 4 horsemen of the altcoin apocalypse. When that happens, Ethereum dominance is taking over. We're definitely in the Ethereum stage 2. Ethereum having, for example, BlackRock ETFs, that's helping. That's also the fact that they're going to be having staking for Ethereum. And we all know that for Web3, Ethereum is where, for the most part, where people build everything on blockchain. So Ethereum has places to go still. And we're going to be breaking that all-time high soon. And that's horseman number 2 for the altcoin
Yeah,
apocalypse. Okay, so then we need the total 3ES ETH chart. Now I shared these charts in this space. They're also on my page. That chart is showing you the total market. It's giving you a rating for the market cap of Ethereum. Now, when it reaches, right now it's at, here, let me look, trading view, 1.48. Its high for this cycle was around 3. Okay, so it's at 1.48, that chart. So when it reaches, and I put it up on the chart that I drew, 1 or lower, it basically means that Ethereum has a total market cap that equals all these other cryptos beneath it. Okay, and it means that it's about to just dump all of that into things beneath it. So look for that rating. It's at 1.48. Look for it to go to 1. And that is the third horseman of the altcoin apocalypse for sure. And it's going to be happening soon. Rate cuts are coming. And then,
you're
of course,
definitely right on point with that.
yes,
Can you guys hear me clear?
Yes, we can.
yes.
Yes. So, and also Ethereum finally has a person that's evangelizing. Like they calling him the Michael Saylor of Ethereum. For you guys who's not familiar with Tom Lee, he's definitely been pushing Ethereum forward, and he's
Yeah,
very good at raising money, capital formation. He's been pumping billions of dollars into the ETH network, and also, as it relates to the sentiment of the rate cut, dropping down from 94% to 83. That's not going to take long. It's going to bounce back up. Like you mentioned earlier, it's an oscillating effect. And also, I don't know if you guys familiar with Maria. She's an anchor for Fox Business News. And Scott Bessent was just on there a couple of days ago. He was basically saying that he believes a 150 basis point might be parsimonious to be split between maybe 3 cuts, and I'm definitely confident that we might get one this month and potentially maybe another one before year end. And I don't know when the third one is going to be, and I don't know the exact number, but all of those are bullish indicators. And for the liquid rotation from Bitcoin to Ethereum, then eventually in an altcoin, I just want to remind people that the last bull run was mostly because of retail was rushing in with the FOMO, but now we have the institution that's going to feel the same FOMO, because it's one of those kind of things that if they don't join in, those industries are going to die. Because you have Trump that's allowing the 401ks to be included with crypto,
which
and
is
I don't know if
huge.
you guys familiar, yeah, which that's very huge. And there's a gentleman by the name of Rick Edelman. He's like the Michael Jordan of the financial advisors, and he just purported that it's very wise to invest at least 40% into crypto. And that used to be blasphemous to even say, but now he's actually saying it in public with a lot of confidence. He's one of those people that if he says it, then the remainder of the financial advisors are going to follow. So I'm saying just all of these bullish indicators and all of this capital formation, people raising money, people understanding that this is a new industry that if they don't join, they're gonna die. You have to adapt. So I definitely agree with your sentiment that we about Ethereum, and yeah, and Glitch might have asked a question earlier to what industry we should lean on, and I think I always caution people to always remember to diversify themselves and understand the
Absolutely.
portfolio breakdown, and also
Hmm.
understand the difference.
100%, brother. 100%.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. And also study the difference between core investment and satellite investment. One, you should always only put money that you can afford to lose, but even within that, you got to break it down in such a way that, you're looking at the blue chips as your core investments. You know, Rogue mentioned the stable coins earlier. That's extremely important. That's going to be another FOMO industry.
It's going to bring
You know,
trillions.
Yeah, trillions of dollars, and they're gonna fight for the number one spot, and everyone is jumping in. JP Morgan's already jumping in. You know, I won't be surprised if Citigroup is the next big, big legacy bank that's gonna jump in. Wells Fargo and everybody's gonna start to jump in that space. So just always, watch how you allocate your money, be diversified, and when it comes to the meme coin, you know, just that's the money you can afford to lose within the money you can afford to lose. That's the best way I can phrase it. Yeah. So I give the mic back.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Papa Kami. Appreciate that, brother.
Yes, sir. Always.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, all right on point. All that information. Absolutely. So yeah, and I mentioned it before. Not that everyone necessarily cares, but
I'm gonna come to you in a minute, City. Go on, Rogue.
XRP recently got the highest rated stablecoin, a blue chip stablecoin. So RLUSD. Stablecoins are now going to be more stable than ever and safer than ever.
Ooh, that's good news.
Yeah.
I like that shit.
Yeah. So I shared it in the space. It's also on my page. So yeah, now they have compliance and clarity, just like he was just saying. All of the asset managers, State Street, Grayscale, BlackRock, Vanguard, VanEck, Goldman Sachs. Just BlackRock alone controls 11.5 trillion. I always say this. I always repeat certain things. I know I'm repeating myself. I just want to, get it in people's brains, branded on their brains. But yeah, so this BlackRock alone, 11.5 trillion. You combine all of them, even more trillions. So now that they have that compliance and that clarity, clearly defined by the Clarity Act, the Genius Act, they're going to go all in because that's what they care about, making money. So that's going to be really good for us across the board. So yeah, like diversification, like he was saying, I always say this. Yes, you have to do what you can do within your means, and then when you get more means later, more wherewithal, then you can diversify more, hedge more. But you do want to be in a few different sectors. You never want to over diversify, though. Don't spread yourself too thin.
Too
You don't.
thin. Yeah.
Yeah,
There's a
exactly.
there's a fine line, isn't there?
Yes, you have to have a balance. And there are people that can teach you about that as well, experts. So you just don't want to basically have a nice piece of toast with just too little butter. That's over diversification. So you're gonna be biting most of the toast that's gonna be dry. You're only gonna get some butter on a little part of the toast. So you want it to be where you can cover the whole toast. You got to find that balance. So yeah, and you want it to be in different sectors. And I'll just give some example sectors for the example. AI, robotics, Web3, gaming, your meme coins, blue chips in fintech are going to be massive this cycle. I keep saying this. The quants, the ondos, the XLMs, XDCs, XRP. They're going to be massive because they represent, each of them are different in their own way, but they represent combining fiat and crypto together, interoperability, right? And that's a good thing. We want that. We want decentralized organizations and ledgers like the XRPL ledger, which is 100% decentralized. We want it to have interoperability with centralized bodies because that will bring more money in. So fintech is going to be a huge narrative this time around. And it's huge because these systems they've been working on for many years, a decade plus in some cases, and they've been testing them for that long. Bankers need things to be perfect. These guys, they're not imaginative. They're pretty dry individuals that only care about saving money and making money. That's all they care about. And so these things have been lining up and testing for years, okay? And it's now about to all happen. So keep your eye on everything involving fintech, interoperability between centralized organizations and decentralized cryptos, programs. It's a good thing. It's what's happening. It's what is where the money is flowing. It's going to help us create more flow of liquidity. And that's all liquidity does, right? It just flows from one place to the next. It doesn't just magically appear out of nowhere. It always comes from somewhere, you know?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah. Agreed with that, Rogue. Thank you. Agreed with that. I'll just stop you for one moment,
sure.
so I can get City to ask his question. City, you with us, bro? Batman. City going once. City going twice. Oh, there we go.
Yo,
Go on, bro.
can you hear me?
I
Sorry,
can hear
bro.
you, bro.
My internet is shit, man.
No
I better
worries.
I better make some money this bull man, to change my phone. So I just wanna I don't wanna be the guy to bring up this topic, but since this is a free space, and since I was blacklisted for some time, and I'm not blaming anyone in here,
Yeah,
but
to keep
I
it. Try
wanna
to keep it a little bit positive, though, bro. Please.
yeah, of course, of
Go,
course.
go on, go on.
Yeah, all good, man. I just wanna like speak about the elephant in the room. Like, I wish I'm the one who's wrong here, but do you guys still believe in Omikami or Eugene? And what do you think is the plan? Because me personally, at some point I sold all my bags, but I got back in, but it's not even the same amount because I lost a lot of money. I lost a lot of faith. I went into a deep depression, and I know a lot of you guys felt the same and went through the same thing. But now that I'm getting my shit together and I diversified my portfolio, just like my brother Rogue said, what do you think, guys, about the future of Omikami and Ryujin? And like, let's take it from two sides. Like, people who still really believe 100% and people who have doubts like me. What do you guys have in mind, and what do you guys think is the future of these two projects? Because me personally, I think even if Ryochi is behind them, he should pull the trigger because there is no more time left.
Thank you,
Can
thank
I
you,
speak? Can I
thank you
speak?
for that,
Con-
City. Yes, of course you can, Angus. Go on, bro.
Thanks very much, Rogue. I was enjoying your macroeconomic signals. I think that's very positive. Good education for the rest of the group. But in regards to the question to the gentleman just asked, City, Batman, I will call you Batman. Where did I start? It's a low cap, so you're taking a big risk. So you shouldn't be putting everything into that. I still think you should be in it because I'm still in it. But my barbell effect, of my investments, I have Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Sui, Say, Ondo. I'm like spread across a lot of assets. And then I've got my DGen plays. And my DGen plays, okay, I'm a trader. I've had to learn to trade. That's what the market's taught me this cycle. I didn't start out like that. I started out like as a speculative investor. But what it's taught me is that you have to be very aware of. So the way I look at it is, you might put your money in Ondo, but only make a 1x, but you've not lost any money. Whereas you put something in Omikami or Marie or Manu, which is in the header, and that can go up 40% one day, 50% the other day, and then if that's where all your money is, you're obviously going to go through a range of motions, and that's what the market does to you. I still think Omikami is a great project to be into, in terms of seeing it through, because obviously I've been here for 2 years. But you should definitely take an approach of what Sean Rogue was saying in terms of the blue chips are going to move first. Ethereum's moving now, so you're going to see like Solana, all the mega chips. Like, put your money in that, weighted like 50%, at least 50%, and then all your little meme coins and stuff. You don't need that much money, and if you think about it, the goals of any meme coin is to produce, millions or like X's, and you should just sort of come away from that whole thing of putting 100% into the meme coins and sort of step back from that and just play the market a little bit more sensibly. In terms of Omikami, we've not seen anything. We've not really seen anything yet. It's the one thing I'll say about it, just to sort of keep your nerves together, is that we've seen with the other coins that are mentioned in the space 40-50% swings both ways in a matter of days, whereas Omikami's actually stayed very stable. Same with Ryujin. It's not moved much. It's a bit of a stable coin, but I just think you have to sort of position yourself correctly. And I'll go back to previous conversations we've had in the spaces. Go for the blue chips and then the mid caps, and any profit you take from that, you add that to the small caps, which Omikami is, and Marie. These are all $25 million market caps, and they fluctuate to 40 million. They go back to 15 million. I just think it's a better approach.
I think that's gems, bro. I agree with you, Angus. I definitely agree with you. I definitely think diversification is important. And I do think if you are going to invest in small caps, you should be putting what you are willing to lose. And I don't think you should be over investing, because when you do over invest, it can then make you become a little bit emotional and a little bit more connected to the coin, and then you start to trade with your heart rather than with your brain. And that's something that I've learned. You can't just fall in love. You have to kind of think outside the box and think, all right, cool, I'm going to put this amount of money. I expect to make so and so amount of money. Once I hit this point, I'm going to take this much off the table, let the rest ride. You have to have some sort of a plan. And this is what I've always said in my spaces, because that's exactly what I believe. I think diversification is 100% important. So yeah, does anyone else want to? Oh, go on, Angus.
It's just to keep your mind at rest, because if you know that the blue chips are going to rise first, your gains are going to be less, but at least you're making money, and then you're sort of alleviating that sort of risk on the sort of. So I've got that barbell approach where I'm top heavy in blue chips, which I think everybody should have. And then
Agreed.
your DJing plays are the ones that can exponentially outperform the other side of that barbell. It's just how it works. But I've not lost faith in Omikami, and shout out to all the what do you call them again? the silent listeners. I'm sure they're all Omikami fans. Yeah, we're still here. Myself, some others haven't sold. Some have sold, quite rightly. That's up to them. It's your portfolio. I'm still here. I'm going to see the project out. I think I owe it to myself. I did it the right way.
Yeah, I mean, you've been in it 2 years, you said, right?
Yeah, and
That's a long time.
basically, so I used my trading games to make, Omikami's and Ryujin are not my only DJing plays, but it's a systematic way of doing it. No, it's not for everybody. It's a skill. I'm not even that great at it. I've just managed to capitalize on the sort of market's momentum. Still made mistakes, but I would still hold strong. But don't overexpose yourself. I think that's the main message I wanted to say in the group. Is don't overexpose yourself. And I'm still a supporter of that project. Over to you, big man.
Thank you very much, Angus. Thank you very much. Appreciate that, bro. Does anyone else want to add to what Angus has said or answer Siddy's question?
Well, until someone else wants to talk, I'll just say, yeah, I agree with what Angus said, absolutely. And you have to basically, the reason you diversify is because if you are in, say, AI, robotics, Web3 gaming, meme coins, fintech, when one of those sectors or two are up and they're experiencing their part in the cycle, the others might be down. Okay. And then when those ones that are down start going up, the ones that were up might be going down. You see, so that's one of the reasons why you protect yourself with diversification. You can be pulling profits off one or two sectors when the other ones are down, vice versa, as the market moves. You want to position yourself to prepare, knowing what the market usually does within a framework Nothing's exact, but there's always a framework, a range. So just know it, be aware of it, be aware of the range, the framework, okay? And then you want to be able to operate within that, um, and basically behave by what the market does and what the market is doing. Uh, Never what you want the market to do, never based on wishes, hopes, and dreams, okay? It's okay to dream and all that, have imagination. That's where things begin. That's fine. But just don't apply it to the market. You need to know how the market performs and take advantage, position yourself. And that's the idea. So, whatever you're in, uh, approach it in that way. So, yeah, and I, along with what he said, I'm still in Omikami. I still hold all of it. But I have other things as well. And I do think that coming up, I'll say this again, the 17th, that is, I stopped last time, stopped talking at the third horseman of the apocalypse. Well, this time around, the fourth horseman of the apocalypse is going to be rate cuts. And when that happens, we're in altcoin season. That's it. So you can forget about those prices that you want to be lower. I mean, up until then, you're looking at up and down the markets. You're going to have to find your best positions based on your own analysis. But the prices you're seeing now, they're going to be a dream in the near future from some 17th on. I mean, things are going to send. Omikami has its third anniversary for token generation 4 days after rate cuts. So that's, I don't know, it's kind of auspicious because here's the thing. We had 3 major pumps in the past with Omikami. Each one a little bit smaller than the next, but that's normal because the market cap is higher in each case when it forms its new bottom. So it's more difficult to get more X's with the higher market cap. We all know this. So we've had that happen 3 times before, usually around things like the token generation event. So to think it will happen again, it's a safe assumption. It's reasonable, at least. Nobody knows. I don't know. Nobody knows. But right after rate cuts, I would say, yeah, it could be big, especially if the Omikami did something up around that time. I don't know. Again, I'm not a part of it, so all I can do is just estimate. But I think that we're going to have the altcoin season around that time, end of September into October, and all the prices that you think are too high now are definitely going to seem like fantasies because they're going to be gone for sure.
And also, we're going to get like some sort of seasonality sort of low, like we sort of seem to be coming into that in the market.
Yeah, absolutely. And right now, it's kind of like going on right now, probably leading up to a certain point in September. But remember now, as we start to approach the 17th, you'll see lots of things getting price action, lots of things raising up because everyone knows, everyone who knows anything in the market knows we're probably going to get these. It's going to be 90% plus chance we're getting rate cuts. So the market makers know, the traders know, the investors know there's going to be a lot of buying leading up to that because they know the prices are going to go higher. So the things that you believe in, you need to accumulate if you can, or hold if you can't, whatever they are, whether it's Omikami or a list of other things, that's the time frame you have.
Blue chips. I think go with the blue chips first and make your money with that, and then see where Omikami and the other meme coins that we've mentioned before in the group. That's when you start really looking at them. You've still got time, everybody. I think without trying to get you out of your positions, start looking at it. Start looking at it from that sort of rational point of view. You can make a 1x on XRP, for instance. You can make a 2x, 3x on SUI. Take that money and then invest in the meme coins. go back into it. But all is not lost with the meme coins. It's just they'll have their time. It's a rotation game. We've already been speaking about all the different sectors. Whether you're diversified or not, or whether you're good enough to play that rotational game, is quite difficult. I struggle with that sometimes. But the key, and going back to what Glitch and everybody's saying, is we're here to make money. Sort of build that capital, and then take on higher risk when it really kicks off.
Yes, sir, 100%. I'd just like to add on to that. When it comes to having your blue chips, having a blue chip coin in your portfolio, I think is very important. I know there's a lot of people that literally just have memes or have one or two memes as their, their main bag or their main horse in this race. And I just think you must have one or two blue chips in your portfolio, something that you're confident in, something that doesn't have absolutely massive swings happening, something that you know is going to be around forever. And of course, you're still going to take profits from it at the right time, but you must have a blue chip coin. You can't just have a bag of memes and, just moving forward with that. You must have something sturdy, something strong, something that has real longevity. So I just wanted to add that in, guys. But yeah, I mean, just again, I'll just ask it one more time. Does anyone else want to add to what City has said or City has asked? And if not, we can move on. Going once, going twice. Benny, you don't have anything you want to say, bro? Going three times. And sold. So yeah, guys. So yeah, like I said, have yourself a blue chip coin. Have one of those in your bag, whether it be XRP. That's mine. I'm quite loud about that. XRP for the win. Definitely have a blue chip. If not XRP, maybe Sui. Um, Binance, ETH, something that has some real longevity. Solana. Um, Even, I mean, Bitcoin. I personally kind of shy away from Bitcoin because obviously it's just out of reach for me at the moment. And I do intend to own at least one Bitcoin. But for now, it's a bit out of reach for me, so I'm not killing myself to try and get. I just don't think it's worthwhile me having point something Bitcoin at the moment. But if Bitcoin is your plan and you think, you know what, I'm gonna just keep dollar cost average bit by bit until you end up getting there, then please do so, because again, that's something that isn't going anywhere.
Glitch.
Yes, bro.
What do you guys think? And especially Angus, who was like bringing up this topic. What do you think about meme coins who are like, we know meme coins are not stable, but meme coins who proved that they were stable and they already reached billions. Like for example, SPX 600, it's at 1.2 billion or 1.3 at this point of the market. Do you think it's considered to a certain point a blue chip? I know it's a meme coin, but what do you guys think?
I mean, go on, no,
No,
Rogue.
go ahead, go.
Well, I was just gonna say there are meme coins that I wouldn't necessarily say blue chip, but I do think there are meme coins that have more longevity than others, depending on how they've proved it, their listings, their roadmaps, and different things that they're planning on doing and accomplishing, and what they've accomplished during the time that they've been alive. So I mean, SPX, I don't really know much about that coin per se. I just know that Murad has shilled the hell out of that coin, and it has been around now for a good few months, and it has done numbers and it's made people a lot of money. So I mean, I do think something like that from this point on, unless it gets a massive drop, which I think is actually dropping right now at the minute, unless it gets a really good pullback, I don't see that being a sensational play, depending on how much money you have though. If you've got 10k, 5k, couple of grand, and you want to chuck it, then yeah, you can get a 10x or a 20x or whatever on it. But I'm not sure if that's an excellent play, as it's climbed in market cap quite heavily. Go on, Rogue.
Yeah, I agree. You can differentiate. Okay, when we say blue chip, we talk about things that have utility, worldwide utility use case. Um, the teams are fully doxxed, their resumes, everything. You hear them speaking on video all the time. You know who they are. You know, that's blue chip. But with meme coins, there are definitely blue chip meme coins, but that's, again, it's a different beast. You can have a blue chip meme coin, but it's not the same as a blue chip in the other sectors. But certainly things like SPX 6900, that is a blue chip meme coin for sure. Pepe is, it's just a frog, but it is,
Doge.
Yes, Doge, Shiba Inu, still at number 2. 1.8 million wallets, and many of them are whales. So
what about Floki? Sorry, what about Floki? You think that's a blue chip?
I do.
Okay.
Now, how much these things perform, who knows? Like you said, SPX could do 10, 20x. It could.
I don't see any more than a 10x from any of those that we've mentioned just now.
Yeah. I would say that's reasonable. Now, there can be anomalies. So, you know how it is. Something could break out and do more for whatever reason. It's all attention-based, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, 10x is a fair assumption. Like with Shiba Inu, I would say, I would expect 5 to 8x.
Yeah, I really don't expect Shiba to move much again. It's done unbelievable numbers already.
Yeah.
I think it needs to rest for a good few years before it does anything again.
Yeah, well, like I said, I think a 5 to 8x, which for memes, that's not
possible.
a big deal.
100%.
Yeah, it's not a big deal. Yeah, but no, not the crazy pumps or anything like that for sure. But yeah, you can let's see. People were mentioning Manu. That is currently still micro cap, which is smaller than a low cap or small cap. So
yeah, but it's also volatile, very volatile.
It is indeed.
Then someone also mentioned Marie. That is a nano cap, which is smaller than micro. So that
I've got me a little bag of Marie.
Yeah, that gives great potential for gains. I mean, micro cap, that's where Omikami is, up there with Manu in that range, market cap wise. Anything involving Murad, can be good. The guy's fully doxed. He went to Princeton. He's not stupid. If you ever listen to him speak, he talks at lots of different crypto conferences. If you ever want to understand maybe a little more about how memes work, the attention-based economy and why and all that, listen to him. He's a good person to listen to if you want to gain a little more understanding about memes, for sure. Murad, look him up if you haven't already. So yeah, I mean, I think it's a good idea to have some of these things in your portfolio. Absolutely, because memes are going to have their time, and it's coming up very soon.
Yeah, but small money, Rogue. Like no.
Well, yeah, of course. Yeah, of course.
We're not asking people to bet on the casino.
Yeah, well, some people that's all they want to do, and they don't have much money. I get it. And if that's what you're going to do because you don't have much money, if you whatever you're working with, whatever that is, it's all relative to what you have. Then I would say yes. If you're looking for some bigger gains, yeah, you're going to have to focus on meme coins. But I would say do your due diligence, do your research, and remember this is attention based. The liquidity is going to flow where the attention is drawn. Okay, and that's not always utility that does that. Very often, it's just the fact that someone has a lot of followers, that a lot of whales get interested. A lot of attention gets pulled to it. So that's a huge factor.
Put the money in the big black